Matthew chapter 16 verse 18, Jesus told Peter, "You are Peter, you are rock, and upon this rock I will build my church." The rock has always been the foundation of any edifice or building. The rock symbolizes the root and the strong build of any institution. Daraga Community College, as an institution, started its campus through a rock set by strong-willed leaders and community of educators. The conception of Daraga Community College started with a burning desire to provide equal opportunities to all high school students of the municipality of Daraga, most especially the financially challenged. Daraga Community College was created in the year 2003 by virtue of Municipal Ordinance No. 17, Series of 2003, passed on April 23, 2003. Daraga Community College envisions as an academic institution of excellence, highly responsive to the evolving culture and practice of teaching and learning for quality education that is committed to producing empowered, productive, and globally competitive professionals, that provides a high-quality education to each student to fully develop knowledge, desirable values, and skills of learning, provide a safe, nurturing, disciplined, and stimulating environment in which each individual is challenged and enriched by learning within a culture of mutual respect. Prepare each student for fulfilling, happy, and successful life as an active citizen in a global and sustainable society. Engage in positive partnership with all parents and guardians to support and recognize each student's learning and development, and network with other internal and external stakeholders to support the needs and professional development of staff and stakeholders. Daraga Community College mission is to produce quality, relevant, and productive graduates by employing best practices and actively diffusing a culture of research and excellence. The journey towards the creation of this institution as a Pandayan ng Pangarap, an avenue for many Daragueños and fellow Bicolanos to be equipped and sharpened as they continually move forward to reach their dreams, started when Miss Victoria M. Malvar, an expert in the field of education, observed the fate of the graduates from high schools in Daraga. The high school principal noticed that a huge number of a high school graduate no longer continue to study. Hence, she conducted feasibility study which confirmed or revealed the status of high school graduates in Daraga during that time. Most of them pulled back from college due to financial constraints. On November 12, 2002, Dr. Mirna T. Naz, head teacher 3 of Daraga High School, met the Chief Education Program Specialist of Commission on Higher Education to discuss the proposed community college and prepare the necessary requirements set by the Commission on Higher Education. After a series of consultations, the proposition was passed on to the Sangguniang Bayan of Daraga. The Sangguniang Bayan issued Resolution No. 97, Series of 2002, on December 2, 2002, entitled "A Resolution Requesting the Commission on Higher Education to approve the opening of a community college at the Daraga High School site." The first application for government permit and recognition to operate teacher education 4-year course for school year 2003 to 2004 was then forwarded to CHED Manila on December 2, 2002. January 13, 2003, CHED Regional Director Dr. Dominador Peralta gave the approval for 2 courses, Bachelor of Elementary Education and Bachelor of Secondary Education, majors in English, Mathematics, and Science. And finally, on March 21, 2003, CHED released temporary permit to operate 2 courses, Bachelor of Elementary Education and Bachelor of Secondary Education. The local chief executive, Mayor Jerry R. Haushan, then spearheaded and supported the establishment of an advisory council who will help manage the school's operation. Hence, the advisory council, which is now called the Board of Trustees, together with all the pertinent documents, were organized, prepared, and submitted to the local government of Daraga and to the CHED. On June 9, 2003, the Daraga Community College formally opened with Miss Victoria Malvar as the first college administrator from March 21, 2003 to July 23, 2006. The Daraga Community College would not be this successful without the collective efforts of the educators, community leaders, stakeholders, and the late Mayor Jerry R. Haushan, who had helped the Daraga Community College to be at par with other local colleges and academic institutions. After 16 years of establishment, DComC finally has its own school site at Salvacion, Daraga Albay with more than 5,000 enrolled students. The realization of the school site is an effort of the Board of Trustees, headed by Daraga's local chief executive, Mayor Victor U. Perete, and the Sangguniang Bayan of Daraga, headed by Vice Mayor Junji Z. Haushan, and the 2nd District Representative of Albay, Congressman Joey Sarte Salceda. In 2019, DComC applied for recognition as higher education institution by virtue of CHED Memorandum Order 32, Series of 2006, and was evaluated by the Office of Institutional Quality Assurance and Governance Coordination and Governance Division representatives. With God's grace and favor, and the collaborative efforts of all concerned stakeholders, DComC got its phenomenal success as one of the higher education institutions across the country in August 2020. 18 years since its establishment, DComC now offers 4 degree programs with corresponding government recognition: Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in English, Mathematics, Science, Social Studies, Filipino, and Values Education, with government recognition number 10-2006. Bachelor of Elementary Education, with government recognition number 11-2006. Bachelor of Physical Education, and Bachelor of Culture and Arts. The students it caters to exponentially grew in numbers as well. In the last 6 years, the student population bubbled up at an average of 22%. In 2019, the enrollment surged at 61% with 4,321 enrollees from 2,676 enrollees of 2018 to 2019. At present, the institution has more than 5,000 enrollees. The significant growth could be attributed mainly to the free tertiary education program of the government. DComC became a channel of blessing to many Daragueños. Education will pave a way for a more progressive life, depicting Daraga's Viaheng Progreso dictum. Furthermore, Daraga Community College also produced several successful educators. Among those are graduates who did not just successfully pass the LET exam, but soared high among the passers in both the regional and the national level, namely Mr. Alvin Naag, who was 6th place in the 2014 licensure examination for teachers for the national level, while Miss Elaine Paicol, the 1st placer, and Mr. J. Albaitar as the 3rd placer in the regional level. DComC also has following numbers of scholars, with 426 tertiary education subsidy grantees, 254 Commission on Higher Education Tunong-Dunong scholars, and 64 PED scholars. Its phenomenal success as tertiary learning institution cannot be achieved without the collective efforts of the concerned people, manifested by their unconditional love to children by way of proving access to quality but affordable education. The current administration, under the supervision of the college administrator, Dr. Joey M. Zamora, and College Dean Dr. Melvin M. Guyana, makes sure that the Pandayan ng Pangarap will continue to serve for fulfillment of its mission to provide quality education to the dreamers. Thank you to their commitment and compassion that Daraga Community College is now recognized by the Commission on Higher Education as a higher institution. The DComCians are now rejoicing because finally, after long years of waiting and squatting in other schools, Daraga Community College now has a home of its own. A constructed building that was built because of the rocks that served as the foundations of the school, and an organized group of educators who had helped sharpen the minds of many future professionals. And now that DComC is a rock that forms students to become effective, efficient, and globally competitive teachers in the field, we take pride to be a part of this growing multitude of rocks. Be a rock. Be an educator. Be a DComCian. Daraga Community College, Pandayan ng Pangarap.